This is a Hope 1032 podcast.
To She Wasn't Born Yesterday for women who are 40 plus fabulous by the Empty Nest Chicks. I'm Janet Evans, ex-M&T Saatchi advertising creative, who have won numerous radio and TV awards. Not that that'll affect us because we're doing a podcast.
And I'm Dr. Amelia Haynes, who has been a medical doctor for 30 years and specialising in sexual health and mental health and relationships, and I'm generally a very useful human being.
Well, we'll find out about that, but we are here to work together.
People tell me on good authority that I am.
Really? Yes, well, they never say that to me, so I think we're the perfect hosts for She Wasn't Born Yesterday. Bronwyn Devine. We're going to talk to Bronwyn Devine about menopause. And you know what? People watching this and who might listen to this Thursday when our episode on menopause drops, a lot of people have asked us to do an episode about menopause.
They have.
It's and thank you so much for your, comments
feedback,
your feedback and your ideas, because keep them coming. We love to hear from you.
We're responsive.
We're very responsive, and we respond. And we're going to talk about, menopause, 40 plus fabulous is a natural thing to talk about, isn't it?
Yeah, I know, a lot.
And there's been a huge thing about perimenopause.
Yes, there has been a
the
bit of a...
which,
yes, I don't know why.
It's having a moment in the sun.
Which is fun.
Yeah, but I hadn't really heard about perimenopause before probably a few years ago, like a couple of years ago, when people sort of Mia Freedman, I think, started talking about it because she was going through it.
Right.
But it was for me, it was always just okay, there's menopause, that's it. And then you move on,
Yeah.
So what exactly...
Once again, Janet, so more complicated than that for some women. Because actually, some women, I think, are like you and kind of think, surely it's kind of like snap, it changes. But no, some people there really is a long kind of gradual warm-up to menopause, and then the menopause can happen and can be very difficult. Other women, it can be long drawn out until it happens, and then actually they feel fabulous. So once again, complicated and different for all of us. So we need to kind of know that.
Yeah.
That we're all different.
Yeah, and I think Bronwyn Devine talks about this very interestingly. But what about postmenopause? Is that a thing as well? Once you've had menopause, you've been through it, is that the end of it?
Yes.
It is. You never feel any more symptoms after that?
Well, no. Like I say, some women going through it can be very complicated and long and drawn out, and people would hate me if I didn't acknowledge that, because it can be really hideous for some women, but not all women. For some women, for some lucky women, once you do go through it and you've got, maybe you've mourned a bit or maybe you haven't, actually that's it. And actually you feel kind of fantastic and on you go with the rest of your life.
Okay, but for me, for example, it was it hit me. I was hot and sweaty and I loved it because I'm from Bris Vegas, so I love a good sweat.
Really?
I loved it.
Because actually a lot of women who are hot and sweaty actually just hate it.
I know,
have a really good friend
who
hated it so much that her husband actually paid for her to go to Lapland or Iceland or somewhere, and she went sledding with, dogs and all that, because she couldn't get cool enough.
Wow.
He did say to her, I think it would be cheaper just for me to pay, Woolworths to let you into the freezer for a few hours a day, which is very, very true. But anyway, so I was going to say, tell me more about you. Tell me more about you.
Because I think I'm a very cold person, I don't have great circulation or something.
Yeah.
So having this kind of heat coming through me was fantastic. I actually felt very invigorated.
There you go. That's why it's good for people to have conversations about this. Because
I agree.
Here's someone who actually liked it.
Well, I didn't love it. But I didn't mind it. It was okay.
Yeah.
There were certain upsides
Whereas
that I didn't mind.
there are going to be women listening to you everywhere who are thinking,
you are
crazy and you are lucky.
Yeah,
you are also very, very fortunate, because they're changing the bed sheets twice a night for months, and it's a really big drag.
But what are the other symptoms or downsides of menopause for some women?
Being cranky with everyone, cranky to the point of murder. And some mental health kind of concerns, like even for the first time in their life. So it can really knock them sideways. And also some women have an enormous amount of grief over the whole thing.
You mentioned that before. Like I was surprised at that because, like, are they grieving now? They've reached the point where they can no longer have
children. Exactly.
Okay.
Because that's their biggest identity in life.
Yes.
And if it is, like, it's a huge loss. Yeah.
Okay. But I mean, just realising, like, when
like
you
with our
50,
empty nest book.
Yes.
I was going to say it's a very similar kind of thing. The grief that can come with going.
It's an adjustment disorder.
Yeah, like exactly this period of my life. I know they're all adjustment disorders. This period of my life, which was about generation,
right,
and making things, it's over. So it's that kind of feeling for them. Yeah.
Okay, a grief. Is that a hormonal thing as well? Do the hormones? The hormones actually change because of
you lose hormones.
You lose
hormones. You lose certain hormones, which Bronwyn Devine talks about beautifully in the episode. She's very. I felt like she was really comprehensive.
Yes.
Like, menopause is very complicated, but she really kind of concertinaed it down in a really comprehensive kind of manner.
Yes.
Yeah, lots of hormones.
She's a gynae and...
Yeah, they all are.
Yeah, right. Oh, okay. Yeah,
in medicine, they all
Right. Yeah. So do you treat women with menopause or,
Well, it's more that I see women who are menopausal and usually they say, like, because I'm not a kind of proper GP in that kind of way and I'm certainly not like Bronwyn, so they would see other people for their medical treatment. But I totally see them for various tweaks and just changing things a little bit for them. Even changing their mindset.
I like that.
Or even maybe starting them on antidepressants for the first time in their life.
Okay. But once you start on antidepressants...
You can come off them.
But how? How do you come off them? I know this is another topic.
This is also another huge area. You bring up the hugest areas. This is a huge area.
I like to be huge.
Depending on the huge number of antidepressants we have, means a different answer to what you've just asked.
Imagine hundreds of years ago, they didn't have any of these drugs or anything like that. People just suffered, I guess, right?
Yes.
Or died young or something.
Yes.
Right. Taking antidepressants, it makes me depressed. The idea of it, really, because,
Actually, some people love them so much, Janet. They just absolutely revolutionise their lives
pills.
and they're just so happy. And they think, lucky for you that you can't stand the thought of it.
Yes. Well, maybe I should be on them. I don't know. What do you think?
I'll
make an appointment to come and see you.
No. I think you should be on a suppressant. I wouldn't be putting you on an antidepressant in case I trip you into mania, which is another thing. I think you should be on something, a downer, like some sort of chemical downer, perhaps. Yeah.
Take a pause. Menopause. Right. Well, anyway, we are going to talk all things menopause with the fabulous Bronwyn Devine, and she is fabulous. This Thursday, aren't we gorgeous?
Yes.
So just in a couple of days' time, we're going to talk. Tune in, and thanks again for that suggestion from all of you lovely, lovely people out there.
If there's anything else,
let us know. Let us know. There's lots of ways to do it. You can go to hopepodcasts.com.au and hit the pink button, the big pink button. It's very girly. It's very She Wasn't Born Yesterday. It's our brand colours. And you can send us a suggestion or an email, an idea, something you want us to talk about. And thank you for all of the responses we've had so far. But we will see you on Thursday, and it's going to be a hot one.
Hope 103.2. Thanks for listening.